Beachbody, because, the kind of the topic of the network marketing industry world, the gossip people out there this week there was a company called Beachbody, and there's so many others that have been kind of doing this over the last few months, changed their compensation plan from a full network marketing, multi-level marketing to just a one-tier affiliate program. And all I hear is, I can't believe that company did that to all these hardworking affiliates who worked their butts off for years and years building this company and trying to make an income, and now the company takes it all away from them. Well, I want to turn that around, because it talks a lot about, or deals a lot with what Dr. Ryan said, which was, and I wrote it down, leadership team, trust, and verify. Because yes, that company, we'll talk specifically about Beachbody today. I mean, you could look at the other companies and it's the same thing. And most of it is because the economy is changing. I mean, guys, you can't sell, people aren't buying $60, $80, $100 products anymore. Buying habits not only are shifting, but have shifted. People are comparing prices. They're getting smarter. They're looking for value. They're not going to, and everything is out there now. I mean, you have a $70, $80 product. People are going to find a similar one or a better one for half the price, a quarter of the price, especially with everything we're rolling out in Live Good. So it absolutely makes sense that companies are going that direction and continuing to go out of business. And, a lot of people say that we've put a lot of companies out of business, just like Amazon put a lot of retail stores out of business. And I don't think it's us. I think we've just aligned ourselves with where the economy is going. I think they're going out of business, whether we're here or not, because people are not going to continue to spend $60, $80, $100 for overpriced products that they can find elsewhere. So speaking of this Beachbody argument that the company screwed all these innocent affiliates, I don't buy that. Number one, the company, every business, every company, everything is in business to make money. I mean, if the company is losing money, and this company, and this is something that every single one of those distributors, representatives, affiliates should have recognized for the past 20 years, that this company has been losing money every single year. That is not a well-run company. Like, at some point, something's bad is going to happen. You look, I mean, they went public in 2021 with a $2.9 billion valuation. A few days ago, that valuation went from 2.9 billion to 37 million. Almost 99% of their value has been lost. It's actually up the past couple of days, because now that they've announced this affiliate model and they're not going to be losing as much money every year, the stock value went up a little bit, and it went from $5 to $7. So now it went from 2.9 to like 40 billion or 40 million instead of 30 billion. But I mean, this company has been losing money every single month. They're trying to sell $129 whey protein powder that doesn't even have colostrum in it. I mean, people aren't buying that anymore, and people are recognizing that this is a higher quality whey protein, the best out there on the market with colostrum, for 29 bucks, literally $100 less than what they're charging for a not as good product, $100 less. So I say this because, yes, number one, first of all, if the company, if it's between going completely out of business or going affiliate model, I think the affiliates would probably choose, hey, do I want to make nothing, or do I want to make at least something, because the company is losing money, they're going out of business. So that's number one. But the biggest thing that I want you guys to take away from this and understand about what's going on in the world, in the economy, in business, in network marketing, is people are moving away from expensive, overpriced things more towards affordability and value. That's the biggest thing. And there's more things like what Ryan talked about, which is leadership, trust, and so other word, verify. Because this, I mean, if you are in a company and you're selling products for 50 bucks, 70 bucks, 100 bucks, people aren't going to buy them anymore. You are in the wrong place. And if you are the one, because we talk about this, I mean, if you're the guy that's trying to convince people to buy a $129 protein shake, who's going to feel bad for that guy for losing his check when he knows that Live Good exists, when he knows that Amazon exists, where people can get that same quality, if not better, for 40, 50, 60 bucks. And at Live Good, the highest quality for just 29 bucks. I don't feel bad for the guy that's trying to sell $129 protein powder and his company just changed his compensation plan and now he doesn't get to make as much on all these people who are losing money on that $129 low quality protein powder packed with chemicals and toxins. I don't feel bad about that. At the same time, there's like 1% of people, we talk about this, 1% of people in the company making money. The rest of people are losing money. We're not talking about this company just totally, dissolved everybody and all these millions of people got hurt. No, literally like 4 people lose their check. And those are the 4 people who absolutely, positively know that they're ripping off every single person in their organization, in their downline, every single month, trying to convince them to buy a $129 bag of protein when they know that there's a cheaper one out there somewhere else. So I say this because a lot of people are like, oh, you got to be careful of the company you get involved with. Look, it's not just the company, it's you. If you decide to align yourself with a company that's ripping people off, that's marking up products 8, 10, 12, 15 times to make 20 or 50 bucks off someone who, you're trying to convince to buy this product because it's proprietary, because no one else has it, because of whatever. That's garbage. If you genuinely want to help people and you want to help them get healthy, stay healthy, do it in an affordable way, you don't try to sell them an overpriced product. That's just not cool. So I'm saying this because, again, if you're in a company and you're selling overpriced products, you've already noticed, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to look at your checks every month and see which way they're going. It doesn't take a genius to look at your organization each month and see which way it's going. It doesn't take a genius to know that you're losing volume, that your company's losing volume, your company's struggling, and at some point, if you continue to do the wrong thing, and yes, you can blame the company all day long.
Yep.
You could say this is the company's fault for having these overpriced products. But if you decide to get involved with that company, to basically marry that company, get into a relationship with that company, business or otherwise, and do the same thing and market their bad ideas and their overpriced products, you're just as responsible as they are for what happens in the company. So that's what's happening in this industry. And that's why, number one, I mean, if you're not aligned with what's happening in the economy, with where buyers are spending their money, you have no chance in the first place. And so, everyone out there who's in a company that's ripping people off, the writing's on the wall. I mean, look how many companies just this year alone have gone that direction. And, everyone wants to play the victim and say these companies are screwing the distributors and the reps, but that's not the case. Everyone's in it together. If the affiliates are not selling product, if they're not enrolling new people, the company is obviously going to lose volume and can't pay them anymore. So everyone is in it together. And if you guys decide to align yourself with a company and try to sell overpriced products, you're doing what the company is doing, and you can't blame the company for what happens. So just another reason that we're absolutely dominating. But the second thing, exactly as Ryan said, is you got to look at the leadership. You got to look at the track record. I mean, Beachbody, that one, again, the writing is on the wall. They've been literally losing money. They're a publicly traded company. They've been losing money every quarter for like the past 20 years. This company doesn't make money, but you look at they're publicly traded. The CEO is making millions and millions of dollars a month. And this is something important too. And I want you guys to understand this because I think this is very powerful. I'm not on salary. Notter's not on salary. Dr. Ryan's not on salary. Lisa's not on salary. Our highest paid people are our customer support manager, Michelle, and our warehouse manager, Lee, and our top programmer, Chris. Those are our highest paid employees. And them and you guys, our affiliates, you guys get paid first. If there's any extra money after we pay our insurance, after we pay our rent for our 4 warehouses, after we pay for all of our inventory, after we pay for all of our overhead, utilities, all that stuff, if there's anything left, then maybe Notter and I and Ryan and Lisa can make a little bit of money. And yes, because we're absolutely rocking, we know how to run a profitable company, we get to make a little bit of money. And that's awesome. And that's how it should be. But when you got a company that's losing money every quarter, every month, every day for the last 20 years, and the CEO is paying himself millions of dollars, that's a red flag. Like, that is not trust. That is not leadership. that is not a company you want to align yourself with. And a lot of you guys need to ask yourself these questions in the network marketing industry. Who's getting paid here? Who's making money? Is the company making money? Does this make sense? And you've got to look at that trust. You've got to look at the leadership. And you've got to look at the documentation. If you ask hard questions and you get the runaround or you get answers that don't actually answer the question or don't make sense, red flag. Guys, if you look at Live Good, everything we do is completely transparent. We show you every ingredient in every product, the certificate of analysis of every ingredient before it even goes into the product, after the batch is made. We show you all that, all the tests, everything. I mean, we tell you how much the product costs to be made. And you guys know how much we're making. We know how much we're paying out in the compensation plan. We don't do the BV, CV, PV, whatever. It's all actual dollars. You can add up the percentages in the back office. It's like 85% of every dollar that comes in on the membership side gets paid out in commissions. Like, it's a very generous compensation plan. And you can't hide that with BV or CV or a binary where you don't know how much people are actually balanced or how much is getting paid out. This is a matrix, which means it's level by level, like everything gets paid out. So anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. And I hope I kind of instilled some different thought processes for you guys, because everyone wants to be the victim and say, oh, these poor distributors. But they chose to be in a company where they're selling, number one, overpriced supplements. I mean, they also have a what do you call it? Pre-workout product. I wrote this down for $55. This is our $18 best pre-workout product on the planet. Their $55 pre-workout product has no aminos. It's got no beta power, no beetroot for the nitric oxide. It's got no vitamin B6 or B12 for energy. I mean, all it has really is caffeine, and it does have the beta alanine, which is one good ingredient in there. I mean, it is such a cheap made product for $55 when you could get a better one for literally a third of the price. And they're wondering why their volumes are going down. They're wondering why they can't sell any product anymore when you can find literally 100 better pre-workout products on Amazon for a better price than the $55 that they're trying to charge people. It just makes sense. So if you're in a company that doesn't make sense, or again, it doesn't matter if your products are super special and are proprietary and tested and been worked on and developed for the last 20, 50 years, guys, if they're overpriced, people are not going to buy them. That's the bottom line. And that's why we created what we did. It's because this is what the world needs. This is where the world is going. This is where the economy is going. This is where people's buying habits are going. And if you give the people what they want, you put yourself in a position to win. And if you do it the right way, the honest way, the true way, the transparent way, and you genuinely want to help people, and that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, it's no surprise. We've become the fastest growing company in the industry by like miles. I mean, I don't know if there's any other company even growing right now. So it's not hard to be the fastest growing company in the industry, but we are absolutely crushing everybody as far as growth, and because it makes sense.